So today is 5th of February 2015, and I've decided as today is time to talk, I'm going to record my 5 minutes of conversation and upload this to YouTube and Facebook today for anyone to watch if they should wish to do so. It's interesting that this should take place today, because today I had an interview for a job, my first teaching job, potentially, if I get the job. And if I think back 12 months, there's nowhere in the world I would be in this position. Less than 12 months ago, I went to my doctor and I spoke to him about the things that had happened to me, I'd experienced in my life to date, and he looked at me and he said, well, it sounds like you've been dealing with depression your entire adult life, which was a big shock really, because I felt like I'd achieved quite a lot. Felt like I was a relatively happy person. I'm married, I've got a little boy who I love, a wife who I love, family who I love, and I remember someone saying when I was younger that young people don't get depressed, so I thought, well, I can't be depressed, but I was, and it was triggered by really, throughout my life I've reached a certain level in everything I've done, and at that point I've always walked away and gone to something new. I've never felt like I could get any further. I felt that was a weakness, but that was a weakness that was coming up too often. And every time I reached those plateaus, every time I hit those walls, and every time I felt like I couldn't go any further, I thought, why am I even here? And wouldn't people be better off without me? And contemplated suicide on probably many occasions, more than I could recollect now. Never actually acted on any of those thoughts, but it got to that point where I was thinking, this probably isn't normal, and that's what I said to the doctor, and he said, you're right. So he put me on medication, sertraline it's called. I take a 50mg tablet a day, and initially it didn't really make any difference, but combined with counselling, combined with talking to people, making contact with friends, identifying who was a friend, because prior to talking I thought I just had the one friend, and I worried about whether other people wanted me around, and I quickly realised that yes, I did add value to relationships I had with people, and that them people wanted me around, and that they wanted to spend time with me and do things with me, and that's made the world a better place, knowing these things. And in September of last year, having been on the tablets for 6 months, having gone through counselling, I felt confident enough and strong enough and brave enough to walk away from the job I'd held for 6 years and make a change in my life and make a change for the better, and that was to return to teaching. And I know now I couldn't have done that without having gone through this process. And as I said, it's less than 12 months since I made that doctor's appointment and went along, and I'm still seeing him on a regular basis and talking about my problems with my wife, with my family, with friends, has made it easier for me. So anyone who's watching this, anyone who's listening to what I'm saying and has felt the same way, speak to other people, talk about your problems. These things won't go away by themselves. Deadlines that you're going to miss because you haven't done the work, when you've double booked something, it's not going to go away. You're going to have to confront it at a point. So do it now rather than later. Talk about it. Things aren't as bad as you always think they're going to be. And that's it. That's 5 minutes. Thank you.